Greetings, dear precious spirit soul that you are. You know, being right here, being barefooted, feeling these rocks, whatever they are. I love studying these rocks, tells you a lot. Right here at the water, little ducks here and there, little dragonfly over there, little life forms, little entities, little divine beings. And in this place, it's like many years ago when I had attained whatever I thought was worldly success, because that's what I was taught to do, and it also was also my work. I'm not, whatever that may be, but I experienced all of my heartfelt desires and goals and objectives and such, and realizing that something was missing, that it wasn't what I thought it would be, or I had taught it would be. Especially everybody'd love you. Well, it's not true. You know, horrible things are said about you, or nice things are said about you, or all of that kind of thing. But I started to look at when was I the happiest in my life, or what felt the best? And it was always in nature, or it was with my children. It was, I loved teaching classes and counseling and studying, reading, spiritual things, you know, that sense of liberating the self from all of these layers of ignorance. And that took me back right to nature again. And I went to Hawaii and then moved to the Pacific Northwest and a farm, organic farm and such, getting back to my roots of, and then I also I traveled around and took, sometimes I took people, sometimes not, but did some of my TV shows I did some from Jerusalem, Israel. In Israel, that was great. I felt I was, tracing back steps. I had interesting past life experience. Then also had great initiation there. Then I went to India, and then also great adventures and spiritual quests and teachers and seeking. Going back to where, we're taught the great mystics are, and great knowledge of Sanskrit and the Himalayas and their traditions. And the traditions of all, great paths of the great people that were the living beings who were demonstrating that. We maybe don't really even know now what they were teaching, because everything gets distorted and somebody else can rewrite it and do all that. But the essence is, and what I wanted to share with you is that we have a homing device. It's right here. And you know when something feels right and something doesn't. And then you start to question and realizing then how everything is being manifested is through us. And that it is through thinking, through thoughts, through words, through meanings, through emotions, through actions, through imaginations, visualizations, all these kind of things. And you go, oh, and how that's being used against us in this sense, how we're misusing it ourselves. Instead of, oh my goodness, really allowing ourselves to be, to experience and be all that we really are, without all these limitations and rules and laws and all of these lies, in a sense, of coverings of our intelligence and a depowering in a sense. That's what people do when they tend to want to control someone else. That's what people do in relationships. In the relationships, who's going to be the controlling one? Dominate, avoid domination. So much of what we call sex is not a loving experience. It's a violent experience. It's people getting experience from domination and usually showing how they've been dominated or abused in some way in their physical body and also emotional and what they've gone through, which then creates narratives and stories and opinions and behavior and actions, and it becomes a self-perpetuating, miserable down spiral, you might say. Not even down, because up or down are just words. So to free ourselves from all of this, is first to get that what it is and where it's happening. And we realize it's always happening in the mind. This is how you're perceiving me, I'm perceiving you, we're perceiving this reality, our senses and how they are. It's like some people are so controlled by their senses, they can't stop eating. Some people are so controlled by their genitals, they can't stop masturbating or having sex or whatever they call it to get another high. Some people are, I mean, it's like people who are emotional often could be just drama junkies because they got to experience all these painful emotions and yet they don't notice how they're getting sick in their bodies, okay? Because they're not looking at this cause and effect relationship of what's going on. And that once we do that, we begin to notice that, and then we start seeking to find the truth. And then we're told in certain teachings, oh, there is no truth, it's just your opinion and your truth, that's not true at all. That's not even in the great teachings. That's something that you have to look at with spirituality, because there is the divine, there is God, you might say, our source, our partner, but not what we've been taught, not who's hateful, angry, vengeful, going to beat you all up and throw you on the bus. And, there's hell. So if you do what we tell you, we'll protect you and you could buy yourself into heaven and you'll be fine. It's like, whoa, where's all this going? See, then you begin to challenge all that. Not even, they couldn't do that if they want to, but this is your life. This is who you, this is you, baby. And this is all that there is. When we invest, I've invested probably fortunes in my spiritual life, and no one could take that from me. And what happens, unless I give it away, and if I gave it away, why did I give it away, and what did I think I was going to get from it? To deny who I am and my power and what I am. And then I could be grateful to everybody and everything, because I don't have any resentment, any regrets. It's all that, because I know also so much was just programmed by the mind. And we were just doing what we were told to do and followed to do, and following the leader or whoever was the celebrity or whatever they were telling in the movies and this and that and that and all that. Because it's like, it's how this mind machine operates. And so to step out of that is, a lot of times people don't like you then, because you're not going along to get along. Because you're honoring yourself. That's true love, is to honor yourself and who you are. And when we do that, we're honoring them. And I know it's like, I get such great joy just being around, people. I could go to the coffee shop, or I go somewhere else, or I have these people that I like to hang out with, meet or talk to, or drop my little truth thought bombs or whatever I do, and just meet people. And I like to perceive just the beauty of people and who they are and their characters. And therefore I'm in love all the time. You see, love doesn't have to come from someone else. You don't have to love me, I love you. Because why would I kill my love to prove anything? See? And then when you know that, in my book, Live Your Bliss, great book. I really recommend you get it. Live Your Bliss, great book. And also a great book, What You Think of Me Is None of My Business. Excellent. And take a look even more. And then also view these videos. And then also if you could come to workshops or retreats up here, then we really get into it and we deal with it. And then in you taking back your power is a joyful experience. It's easy because it's who you are. The challenge is the courage to be who you are, always. And you are eternity, consciousness, bliss as qualities, all divine qualities, talents, abilities. You could do and accomplish whatever you focus on. Absolutely. See? Hugs.